Thoughts on celebrities chewing up their food and mouth feeding it to their own baby? I mean, celebrities are just like us, right? They have to feed their babies too. All right, Angelina and Brad Pitt, they may be over, but their kids sure do have amazing palates, saying, quote, "I've always loved to eat crickets. It's their favorite thing. They ate them like Doritos and they wouldn't stop, but they're good. They are like a potato chip." All right, guys, we don't feed babies crunchy or crispy foods early on in baby-led weaning. That could be a choking hazard, but I do love the variety of foods that Patrick Harris and David Burtka's kids are eating. Check out Gideon, all right? He's one of the twins. He likes clams, sushi, octopus, grilled pork, steak, ginger, mint, coconut, and Harper digs oysters, sardines, prosciutto, capers, duck, liver, miso. You know, one of the keys to raising kids who are open to trying new foods is to take advantage of the flavor window in late infancy. So the flavor window, it's this period when babies will try anything and they're way more open to trying new foods and flavors and tastes and textures. So props to the celebs who are really pushing their babies' palates. Okay, can you even imagine how well you would eat if you were Chrissy Teigen's kid? She's shared in the past, though, that she struggled with variety for her daughter, Luna. I remember she almost broke the Instagram when she shared the restaurant-style menu that she made for her daughter, Luna, when Chrissy was struggling to find foods that the toddler would like. Kristen Cavallari mentions that when her kids stopped breastfeeding, she started them on homemade goat's milk baby formula. Now, making your own homemade formula, definitely frowned upon because of food safety and nutrient deficiency issues, but there are actually some great goat's milk commercial products out there. Let's just leave the formula making to the experts. All right, what about celebrities who shun sugar? It always makes me sad when parents project their weird food stuff onto their kids. Some occasional sugar as part of a special occasion, it's really not the end of the world, okay? Ideally, we're offering no added sugar for the first 2 years of life, but the naturally occurring sugars in foods like fruit and dairy and starchy foods, those are fine for babies to eat. I think Nicole Richie's take on sugar is just like a little too extreme. She said, quote, "Sugar is obviously a big no-no. I was at a birthday party and there was a cupcake with all this pink icing and there was a blueberry on top of the cupcake. Harlow looked at it and her eyes got so wide and she was like, oh. And I was like, oh boy, here we go. And she was like, blueberries. So I went to the kitchen and I got her a whole thing of blueberries and she was happy. Okay, I feel like the cupcake might have also made her happy too, but how do you deal with birthday party sugar and all the insanity that goes along with it? That's totally your own parenting call. When it comes to blueberries though, pro tip, we want to smash the blueberries with our thumb to flatten them and make them safer for babies to pick up and then to swallow. I do not offer whole blueberries until the baby has had a few weeks of trying different textured foods and not until they have their pincer grasp, which it doesn't happen early on in baby-led weaning. But you can also use frozen blueberries in a smoothie that you offer to your baby out of an open cup. That's a great way for your baby to practice that skill as well. All right, Mindy Kaling knows what's up. This mom has it down because she meal preps on the weekend. Quote, "One of the most rewarding parts of my weekend is doing meal prep for my daughter because she's now eating foods." Mindy says because she works, "I like making the food on the weekends. It makes me feel like a part of my daughter's life." And I think this is so smart. Using a little bit of time on Saturday or Sunday to plan your baby's foods for the upcoming week can really help you stay on track with trying new baby-led weaning foods. If you guys have my 100 First Foods list, the 100 foods, we divide them across 5 different food categories. So we pick 5 new foods each week to offer your baby. 1 food from each of the categories. If you pick those foods out and prep them on Saturday or Sunday, you've got your whole upcoming week of baby-led weaning foods already done for you. If you want to grab my original 100 First Foods list, I give it away on my free 1-hour online video workshop called Baby-Led Weaning for Beginners. You can sign up at babyledweaning.co or it's linked in the description. But go ahead and start knocking out these 100 foods before your baby turns 1. All right, what about Heidi Klum? As for her kids, quote, "They eat whatever is cooked, and if they don't like it, the kitchen is closed." I mean, that approach works for some families. I do love with baby-led weaning, your baby is learning how to eat modified versions of the same foods the rest of the family does. So there's no short order cooking in Heidi Klum's kitchen, right? All right, what if you're a famous vegetarian or vegan? Do you make your baby eat the same way? Well, it's certainly true that a thoughtfully crafted vegetarian or vegan diet can meet your baby's nutrition needs. A lot of parents, even celebrities, will bend the rules when it comes to their babies. Bethenny Frankel said she chose not to have her daughter be vegan because, quote, I believe she needs the fat and protein in milk. And sometimes I need to fill her up on organic cheese. Her health comes first. To be fair, there are lots of non-dairy ways to get your baby fat and or protein, and we actually don't do fluid cow's milk in place of formula or breast milk until after your baby turns 1. But yes, we do want your baby to have exposure to cow's milk protein early and often. There's fairly good data that suggests that doing the cow's milk early and often can help prevent cow's milk protein allergies down the road. Just don't go crazy with the cheese, okay? There's too much sodium in most cheeses to do a ton of it for babies. But if you look for those softer cheeses like ricotta or mozzarella, these are a great, safe way, lower sodium way too, also for your baby to try out cow's milk protein. All right, what about cooking with your kids? Some of you guys are interested in baby-led weaning because maybe you're dealing with a picky eater older kid, okay? And there is some data to show us that baby-led weaning helps reduce the severity of picky eating in baby, but it's also a great way to get that older kid more involved in the kitchen. Kristen Bell told parents, quote, I do like to involve them as much as I possibly can. I also like that they're interested in the fact that I care so much about food, and we can talk about that and why we eat the foods that we eat and talk about a colorful plate when I'm cutting up vegetables for a platter for a dish. We talk about what goes into it and why it's good for your body. And the more you can incorporate your kids in the kitchen, even though cooking with kids can be really hard, it's actually really helpful for them. And we know that kids are more inclined to eat the foods if they are involved in preparing those foods. So you guys keep up the great work, offering your babies all of those new foods. You are doing an awesome job. You're basically a celebrity in your baby's eyes. Happy feeding.